sends me to the beach. Without no regret, you got no love. Without no love, you got no regret. Without no regret, you got no love. A melody where I belong in this life.
Welcome to T-Boys TV. We're back again with another Hat Show, obviously episode 52. Apologies that we was a bit late. Literally just had my dinner, literally like 10 minutes before. So yeah, there you go. That is why we're late. So that's on my half. Apologies for that. But like always, I'm joined with my dad. How are we, Dad?
Yeah, all good, mate. You?
Yeah, all good, all good. Just gutted with what keeps going on with us. Do you know what I mean? But there we go. Hanno, big up. Hanno says 2K, here we come. Oh, 2K, here we come. Yeah, hopefully, mate. Hopefully, we're all hoping the same. Especially if you're a Luton fan, I'll tell you that. Just a win at this rate. Yeah, I don't even care what it is. Big up Lennon, obviously MK Dons fan. One of the rare MK Dons fans. Let's get that one in. He says, yo, Port Vale tomorrow. We'll see. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to say too much. Big up Stephen. He says, big up Ty. Yeah, he had a really good performance for Huddersfield. I'm not going to lie. That Japanese signing they have. Adam Talk Sports, big up yourself. He says, evening, Tyler and Darren. Big game tomorrow. No, absolutely, absolutely. And then Hanno says, up the town and Brum. Yeah, I was, mate. I was. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So obviously in today's episode, we'll talk about that game, that Preston game, and then obviously previewing tomorrow. Yeah, that's very, very disappointing game. I felt we weren't bad defensively. It was just, when it comes to up front, we just weren't good enough, really, with the chances we had, I felt. But we'll start off with the lineup. So the lineup was obviously what we wanted, exactly what we wanted. So we can't even moan about that, which is Horahath in goal, Burke, Bradley, and Potts as the back three, Bree and Bell as the wing backs, Campbell, Clark, and then Freeman ahead of them with Morris and Adebayo up top. So the exact lineup we wanted. So we'll just get straight into the game. Do you know what I mean? So starting off with the first half, from early, a lot of teams are going to do this. We keep saying it, and it just shows how far we've come. Preston pretty early on sat back, and that sort of thing. We're wasting a bit of time, but that's expected. You can't really moan at them for that. But yeah, Dad, talk to me about what you thought about the first half.
Yeah, obviously, this is the thing. Yeah, teams are giving us that much more respect now. Instead of coming here like before, after games, they'd be like, "Oh, we were the better team, and we should be beating," all that nonsense. Yeah, they're actually coming to our ground, and they're sticking to their plan because but we were passing the ball about decent enough. They didn't really threaten us that at all, really. It was a good goal. People were saying that Bell should have been able to get back and he should have dealt with that. But you're in the Championship, you're in the higher echelons of the Football League, mate. It's not always possible if a player's, it's a scissors kick, wasn't it?
But yeah, bicycle kick, great goal.
You're not.
If people are saying we can defend that, I'd love to see them do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's more disappointing the fact that we didn't come back at them and get something. I don't think the performance was as bad as everyone's making out. We're just lacking a bit up front. Adebayo seems to be still struggling for some reason, or it's people have worked him out. The way he's getting fouled is ridiculous. How people just getting away with it for ages, 3 shirt tugs before they even get booked and things like that. It's going to frustrate him, but he'll get there. You just have to find a way. Other strikers are still bedding in. Fornic was injured. Well, I wouldn't have started him anyway, but I would obviously have been on the bench. But Morris is still bedding in. Sometimes it takes, Adebayo, when he first come to us, he wasn't a player, banging in goals straight away and things like that, was he? Took
No,
him a little
exactly.
while. Took Campbell quite a few months before he got started. So just, have a little think about it. I don't think it was that bad. It was frustrating, because last season we would be getting in, but it was similar. I remember we was creating loads of more chances even, and not finishing them, and eventually it just gelled. So I don't see what all the panic is about, to be honest.
No, I don't understand really either. Like we said, the goal, we couldn't have done anything. Like, let's be real. And I thought defensively, let's just talk about the whole game. Do you know what I mean? Defensively, I honestly thought we were very good. Especially Sonny Bradley, yet again, another top performance from him. The wing backs, a lot of people criticising them both. I don't understand why. I see all these idiots, get rid of Bell. Did you watch the game against Burnley, or did you just watch highlights? Like, I just don't understand. Like, even if you're basing it on this game, there was a time where he lost the ball and literally won it back and played it through to Adebayo. And that
Exactly.
Bree pass, we were talking about it before we went live. That Bree pass, if Woodrow scores that, what are people then saying?
Yeah, exactly. Then they're not going to be as harsh. But it's easy, to start blaming scapegoats. Bree was a scapegoat last season. Do you remember?
Yeah, exactly.
And then and then everyone's singing about him. He has one. It wasn't even a poor game from him, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? It was hot. Yeah, Preston played in it as well. But you're at home. You're under pressure. You're waiting for that first win. Ryan Lowe is a decent manager, I think.
Yeah, he is. He's just not one of my fan favourites. Do you know what I mean? But he is good. He is good. I'm not saying he's not.
Yeah, they done to us what we were doing to teams last season. Smash and grab 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to adjust to it, and there's still too much quality in that team for it not to happen. I think I saw a poll on certain forum where they were saying voting, oh, are we going to finish in the top 6, mid-table, this, that, and the other, and loads of people going, relegation or just about. I just can't believe it. It's just bizarre.
Oh my days!
Just unrealistic nonsense.
Too overreactionary. And that's the thing with a lot of our fan base that I've noticed. Even a lot last season, we'd lose one game. Right, we ain't getting playoffs now. Even if we won a game, like I remember Coventry when we beat them 1-0. A lot of people were like, yeah, well, we shouldn't have won that game. Well, don't complain. Do you know what I mean? We got the 3 points. Don't complain. That helped us get to where we wanted to in the end.
Yeah.
It's...
the ref was, he was letting them get away with quite a lot of things. Yeah, he booked the keeper finally for time wasting, but the thing is with that rule, when are we ever going to see a goalkeeper get another yellow card and then get sent off? Because they still time waste. Because they're daring the referee to do exactly that. Go on, give me another yellow card. I just think some referees just haven't got the bottle. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely agree with that. But yeah, it was just one of them, frustrating sort of games in my opinion. Like I said, defensively, I thought we were very good. The goal, like I said, we couldn't have done anything. Some of the chances we had, I just felt we should have done a lot better. And the main chances I'm talking about is obviously the Woodrow one. If he was a bit further out, then I see why he's tried to go for the dink. Looking at it again, he should have probably went for one of the corners or
he had slightly bit more time than he thought. But the thing is as well, he hasn't scored for us yet. So Morris the same. They're just snatching at their chances because they're eager to get that first goal. Once they get their first goal or two, then you'll see a different side. And Adebayo ain't scored yet.
No, exactly. And then the other chance I'm on about was obviously that Elijah chance. But brilliant turn in that. But I just felt he should have kept the shot down. He leant back way too much. For me, he's got to at least be getting that on target. But yeah, overall, You know, again, similar to Birmingham, but obviously Preston won the game. Credit to them. Done what they had to do. You know, we just weren't good enough up front. You know, that's my main assessment really of this game. Like I said, defensively, some of the last ditch tackles and that we were doing were brilliant. You know, so that's what I've got to say about it, really. Some of the substitutions. What did you make of the substitutions in this game? Obviously, Elliot Thorpe, shout out Elliot Thorpe, you know, for getting his league debut. But what did you make of that substitution for Potts?
Yeah, we tried to throw more, attacking players on. Thorpe needs the game time. Obviously, he's probably not going to be going out on loan. I think he threw in a couple of decent crosses. He just needs regular time, same as everyone else. But
And just quickly, he had a shot that earned us a corner that he was unlucky.
He's he's young though, isn't he? So, but
no, fair enough. And then obviously the other substitution was obviously Woodrow coming on for Freeman, then obviously Jerome towards the end, literally at the end. Much.
Freeman wasn't as impactful as he normally was,
as he has been.
I don't know if that comment. They were closing him down more. Again, he's definitely got the ability.
Oh yeah,
he's going to be a problem. I still think so. And we got, Jerome. I thought when he come on, I even said, what's he going to do?
Yeah, it's just too late, weren't it? It's just, it was a bit disappointing in that aspect. Let me just quickly look because obviously we had no Cornick. Was there anyone? Was like Piero on the bench or something like that?
No, Piero wasn't even on the bench.
I don't know.
I think he's being rested because he against Newport, I think he was struggling towards the end, so I'd say he would just be rested. I wouldn't even be surprised to see him start tomorrow night.
That's not a bad shout. With what's going on with the strikers not being able to be clinical yet, it's not a bad shout. How good he's looked as well. Like when we said about the Newport game, one of the positives to take is his performance yet again.
He just finds people in the box. He just plays the right pass.
Yeah.
95% of the time. He's a very clever player. Good with his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Very good trickery. And a bit of an unknown quantity. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To certain teams in the championship, because they ain't seen him play.
True.
So, yeah.
But yeah, won't talk about this game, too much longer. What I will ask you though is it might be difficult because obviously you didn't win the game and no one scored anyway. Man of the match,
Campbell. I just felt he stood out for me, especially in the first half. He was all over the place. Do you know what I mean? Winning tackles, like trying to create chances, more than you wouldn't have thought it was that hot. He's from Scotland, mate. He's definitely not used to that. You know what I'm saying? He was really good.
That volley in the second half.
But come on, he's a midfielder. He's a battling midfielder. He's not. Yeah, he scored a couple of good banging goals last season, but he's not, generally known as getting the goals all the time, whatever. So you can't really.
I was saying it was unlucky.
Well, he done a couple of fouls. I don't think he got booked though, but he was getting frustrated towards the end. But he just stood out for me more than anyone else. Maybe Bradley was decent.
What about
Bree was all right. He was average. Most of them, average. But the strikers were poor.
Yeah, exactly.
He just stood out more than anyone else.
Fair enough. For me, I'm going to go with Bradley. It's probably a bit obvious from what I've been saying. I just felt some of the last dish tackles he was doing was brilliant. The way he was trying to, urge the team forward. You've seen that a lot in times, especially last season. Brilliant standout of that was obviously Blackburn away when he come on in that game, and he was just doing that again. He was just doing that again, and I felt, them players, that don't deserve to be on the losing team. I just felt it was one of them for him, to be quite honest with you. and just showing
Well,
his
yeah,
quality.
because some comments I've seen with people saying, "Oh, we were woeful in defence, Bradley." And well, if it's that bad, why did we only concede one goal, which was
Exactly.
a Premier League quality goal?
It
If we were
was
that bad, we'd have conceded a lot more, wouldn't we? We'd have been in shambles. So it's all nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
And some of the chances that they did have, they weren't even. Horace was alert. He's a very intelligent keeper, that guy.
Yeah. Just quickly, that one where it went wide, I thought he saved it and then realised he
Yeah,
didn't.
no,
Like
he
you said,
probably would have saved it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's just on it. He knows the angles and things like that. So I'm impressed with him already. Like, and again,
Even when he comes out and claims it, the amount of times he's done that.
yeah.
Like,
Was it
very confident?
Was he 6'9" or something?
What's that?
Is he 6'9"? Is it him
I
or
think
Macy?
no,
Macy's
Macy's the tall
6'7",
one.
I think.
Is
I think
Ethan that tall as well? Hold up.
I think he's 6'9". You would see him when you look at him. He's proper tall, isn't he?
He's 6'4".
Oh, is he?
Yeah, 6'4".
He looks. I think it's because he's slimmer.
Let me share my screen and show you.
But that's it's decent for a goalkeeper, isn't it?
Look, you see the bit where I've highlighted it.
Yeah.
6'4".
Well, there's plenty of positives to take out of that game. Like, stop looking at stupidness, negatives all the time. It's ridiculous. 3 games into the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Certain teams, I won't say who, but they thought they won the league already. But there we go. They got shut up at the weekend, didn't they? That's all I'm saying. But there we go. So yeah, is there anything else you want to say about that game, Dad?
No, that's it, mate.
Summed it up all right there.
Just brush it aside.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go through some comments. There's a lot of people in here, so big up yourselves. But yeah, Issa says hi. Big up yourself, mate. Yeah, apparently he had a very good game. A lot of Huddersfield fans are telling me that. Jack Rudini had a very good game against Stoke. So yeah, this is what Stephen said about it. We looked good first 20 minutes, then Preston got to grips with our style. They scored what is called a worldie. Yet again, didn't take our chances. Nobody reached it out. If I had to give it to someone, maybe Bree. Fair enough. Big up Taylor. It says, yes, lads, big up yourself. Big up Spencer. He says, hey, T, Dad, and everyone. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys. Yet please do if you haven't already. Taylor, can't wait to play Wigan. Off topic, but yeah, fair enough. Big up Blitz, says, come on, you hatters. Big up yourself, Taylor, but I will actually disagree with this one. Because the only reason I say that is because when he scored, when he had that chance, you could see that he was frustrated. He kicked like the ground. I don't know if any else of you saw that, but yeah, I don't know. It's just one of them, times, isn't it, for him? It's, don't get me wrong. For me, like I said, he should have done better with the shot, but I think loads of people, I'm not saying you in this, but I think loads of people are being way too critical. Everyone was like it with Bree, and then look what Bree done. And then everyone was, everybody, always on that train all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? I never criticised him as bad as certain people did. I was disappointed when he done them crosses last season. At times, I was like, oh, come on. But I weren't, people were proper on him, on his back. He's a confidence player. And then look what happened. So that's what I will say about that.
Well, I can see what he's saying, because we had this discussion a few weeks ago. Even when I said, remember that training video that Luton put up with Pelly and that in it? And there was something. I don't know. I couldn't work it out, because is he shy? There was something quite off, a little bit off. I don't think he's not got a passion. It could be a combination of a few things. How do you know he ain't got any personal issues going on? Other clubs are looking at him. He's meant to be a big name striker. His head possibly will be getting turned. But Nathan Jones is like, no, your development is better off. You're better off here.
All the opposition fans, well, most of them, say if they could take a Luton player, it'd be him. And
and you don't want to
get his name right still.
I mean, I've heard some people saying, yeah, let's just get the cash in on and get the money, for him now and that. Be careful what you wish for. You know what I'm saying? He goes somewhere else and then ends up bagging 20 goals a season and getting another team promoted. We should never have sold him.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Like, let's wait and see what happens when the transfer window's shut. Because even if his head has been turned, he ain't going anywhere until at least January. If
Yeah, I
we're
was
going to
gonna say, what are you thinking?
cash in on him, we have to sell him then because I think his contract's up in the summer and he can go for nothing.
Yeah.
But if that is the case as well, you think Nathan Jones would carry on playing it?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to be at the club. You won't be at the club. Don't matter who you are. So,
Yeah, facts.
but we'll see. I just think there's more to it, and maybe it'll come out. Similar to the Sluga situation. Do you remember? And he started like playing a bit. I don't know, and then we found out that his wife or whatever was homesick. And moving from wherever was it, Croatia to Luton. Must have been a bit of a culture shock.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And then that happened, and he just didn't play, and then that was it. He was gone. Just we'll see. I'm not hearing this. Morris ain't good enough to be his replacement, and this, that, and the other. He only been at the club 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got physicality. Elijah's very good with his feet, but he's more awkward kind of thing because he's really tall, isn't he? Whereas Morris is like broader and probably stronger. Both very different players. And not a lot of Adebayo is very rare kind of player. So tall, but yet so good with his feet. Like Peter Crouch was like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was.
And that's the potential he's got, I believe. So I don't want to see him going anywhere.
No, I don't. I don't. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I did show him Adebayo's full name.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it on the back of my shirt.
This guy, man.
Like the Luton shirt with all the season ticket names on it.
The third
It'd be something. Yeah, you'd have to get something like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, essentially, I rate him. I don't think it's that. I just think he's highly frustrating getting your shirt dragged off your back constantly and tripped. Yeah. He was tripped in the box as well. His heels were definitely.
Yeah, we haven't. How we not even spoke about that? Penalty, clear penalty, in my opinion. I'll be honest. At first, because obviously we were watching it together on the phone, I was like, nah. Looking at it again, that's clear.
It clips it, yeah. And what they're thinking because he's 6'9", he can't go down that easy. If there was VAR, but it was quite big potential there, but there wasn't. So you move on. At the end of the day, we should have scored, and he had a chance later on to score. And he likes cutting in from that left-hand side and
I was going to say
across the box. On another day, probably would have scored that. So I'm not even. It's about getting in them positions. You're not going to score all the time, are you? It's just we weren't even getting in them positions consistently enough. You know what I mean? And if we was, maybe we would have scored. That's the bigger issue for me, rather than the missed chances. But I know it's going to come, so I'm not bothered.
Yeah. That for me, well, I won't say too much because we got another game to preview. Excuse me, which we'll get into now. So tomorrow we have got another. I'm calling it a fan-made derby because one, we're not near each other, and now there's a lot of reasons for it to be a derby nowadays. And that is obviously Bristol City away. Obviously the Naismith thing, their manager, our manager, because no one likes him. Obviously Lockyer as well, obviously with Bristol Rovers and that sort of thing. Bristol City away, Dad. Now, obviously last time we played them, obviously at their ground, was 1-1. Super Daniel, and obviously scored to rescue us a point. I remember the home game briefly, beat them 2-1. I remember Lockyer scored. It was a midweek game. Lockyer scored and celebrated right in front of their fans. It's pretty funny, to be fair. They're doing pretty poor so far this season. They're doing worse than after. Obviously, they've had 2 losses and 1 draw. Obviously, a loss to Hull on the opening day, and I think they drew to Wigan and that sort of thing. How are you feeling going into this one?
It's a bit of a funny one because, you know, because we still haven't got the win. But again, it's early days. We're away. There's them factors in the game. So it's a tricky one. You've got to try and see through all the crap, basically. I think we've got a good chance to beat them. I don't see why not. We haven't capitulated. It's suddenly a crap team. Got a good record against them. Naismith, if you get on Naismith, if he's like the main defender, we'll run rings around him, mate.
Facts.
He's better at playing the ball out. As a defender, I don't think he's actually that good. And the reason
he's done a lot of mistakes already this year.
He looked good when he played for us defensively because we had very good defenders around him, mate.
Exactly.
So I think that, he's going to get a heck of a time. We're going to be he will definitely make a mistake. He might go out the other end and score. But defensively, we're going to run rings around him.
I agree.
It's going to be a feisty game. We're going to probably go out there and attack. We're not going to be sitting back trying to get a point. They're obviously, I don't know how they're going to deal with it, but they're at home, so they should be on the front foot really. But they haven't had the greatest of starts either. They're tipped favourites to get relegated anyway. They've got a couple of decent players, but I just feel that we've got a better squad, better team spirit.
I definitely agree with that.
I very much doubt we're going to lose the game.
Fair enough.
It's just that slight anxiety, because we're waiting to get that first win. But other than that, I'm not too bothered. I think we'll get a result.
Yeah, fair enough. As for me, it's I totally agree with what you said about Naismith. And like I said, he's done a lot of mistakes this season already. He cost them against Hull. Penalty to Hull, he gave it away. Their second game, whoever that was, I can't even remember who it was, but he gave away the ball. He was taking his time. Striker won it off him and scored from it. He's done a lot.
That's exactly my point.
Exactly.
He could have that time on the ball more at Luton.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of the players positioning around him and stuff like that. Bristol City, their players ain't their defence ain't as good as ours. Hence why he was brought in the first place. So yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm like you, obviously, like a lot of Luton fans are, with their anxiety when it comes to we haven't won yet. It's difficult. It's difficult because I even look at last year, and we have to be real. It was a tough game for us away against them. Hence why we got a point rescued. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting this time round, and obviously, like my dad said, it's going to be a feisty one. Obviously, in the title, going to be a feisty one because it is. Because I said all the reasons for it. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting midweek under the lights. It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, we'll get into lineups in a minute. Let's go through some comments. Bring it, Naismith. Let's bruise him up a bit. Spencer says, I'm going with a 2-1 to the Hatters. That would be very nice. Man United at top of the league when the table's upside down. But anyway, let's get into doing a lineup. I don't know if Cornick's going to be back. I haven't heard or seen anything. Have you, by any chance, Dad?
I think I've heard that some players are going to be available, possibly, but he hasn't let on who exactly that is.
Right.
For me, I don't see Cornick. I think he just maybe got a knock in training or something. I think that's a few of them. Doughty probably ain't ready. Other players ain't fit enough. Cornick, I expect at least to be on the bench.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who else. Osho, I expect to be available. Other people, Doughty, Fred, and Ruddock, nowhere near. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I've started it off. Obviously, Ethan in goal. You know, that's obvious. Right wing back, Bree. That's obvious as
absolutely. Well. They're both of them. What, you're going to drop them, are you? You know, certain fans, well, what are you going to put in there instead? You know, don't be ridiculous. They're standout players last season.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And like I've said, this is my opinion. You know, if Doherty's to start, for me, that's in front of Bell, like as a midfielder or something like that. You know, I'm not putting Doherty. Yeah, he's looked good there when he's played there, but like you said, and this is what people seem to forget. Other than probably Campbell and Naismith last season, I would say Bell was up there in top 3 personally. Players last season.
He wants to go forward. Yeah,
yeah.
Most wing backs are not the greatest defenders anyway. But he's decent enough.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know.
Stephen says Doherty back training. I'm led to believe.
Right.
Interesting. Hopefully he could
maybe he'd be on the bench.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Absolutely. So yeah, there you go. There's that. Now let's move on to the centre backs. Obviously in the middle, Sonny Bradley. Yeah, that's obvious. There he is. I'm gonna go with Burke and I passed him. I will keep Potts in.
Yeah, I thought he weren't that bad.
No. Like I said, the defence for me was not bad. It was just lacking a goal up front, you know. So yeah, the midfield, I'm gonna go with Campbell, of course. And Campbell and I'm gonna say Clark. I know recently, you know, the performances haven't been what they have been before, but I'm thinking of it. Who really else is there? I can't really think. Would you agree with Clark, Dad?
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to start Freeman. Well, I don't think I think Freeman's a bit too keen at the moment. He's definitely got the ability, but he's trying too hard. You know, wild shots from like 25, 30 yards out and stuff like that. Got a feeling that he might be throwing Lansbury back in there, you know. And Lansbury's a former Bristol City player as well. So I wouldn't be I don't know, get a little bit maybe more bite in the midfield rather than too attack. Because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll be tempted to put him there.
Fair enough. Who am I going to go with at Cam? Am I going to go Freeman or am I going to change it up a bit? I probably will keep Freeman, to be fair. Like you said, though, you know, he used to play for Bristol City, so I wouldn't be surprised. You know, it's midweek as well. Bit of, you know, starting to get to a quick turnaround.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't be surprised. You know, it's another away game as well. We've got an away game on Saturday as well. I wouldn't be surprised, to be fair. But I will go Freeman still. And then the 2 up top, still going to go Adebayo, of course. And then I'll go Morris again. So unchanged lineup, in my opinion, but that probably ain't going to happen. Would you agree with that front two, though, Dad?
I feel like he could change it.
I think he will, to be fair.
Like not drop Adebayo, but maybe put him on the bench.
You reckon?
You know, because the problem we had last season was we overplayed him.
True.
I know it's still early, but you know he does get a lot of crap and stuff like that. And I'd potentially be putting him on the bench, and starting maybe Morris, probably Cornick.
Okay.
We do miss his pace when he's on form and he's
Oh,
bombing
yeah,
down the right wing,
100%.
you know, and we have missed that a little. I do believe we have missed that a little bit. And if he's fit enough, then I'll be looking to start him and just try that different combination.
Fair enough. Now, like I said, it's getting to that stage now where, it's going to be quick turnarounds. Obviously, I know we're not playing next week, like during the week, but still, we're literally playing. And like I said, they're 2 away games as well. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, no, fair enough. Fair enough. Like I said, I'll be honest, that's what I would go with, my lineup there. But I know it's probably not going to be that. Like I said, I can see there being rotations. I can see that Lansbury one that you mentioned it. I can see that. But yeah, big up the waist. He says, "My guys, big up yourself, mate." So yeah, that's that. That is that time.
Yeah.
School predictions. Midweek under the lights. Unfortunately, not at Kenilworth Road. Do you know what I mean? But we're away. It's going to be a feisty one, like we said. How do you see it going?
Do you know what? I'm going to go for us to do exactly that. What Preston just done to us, 1-0 smash and grab, and hopefully one of the new boys getting their first goal for the club.
Nice. Do you know who we haven't mentioned that we mentioned on the Preston thing? Piero.
Yeah.
Could
but
we
again,
see him start?
He could come in for Clark potentially. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Now that I've mentioned that, because, like I said, Clark, he's not been too bad, but he's just been over trying, if that's a word.
Yeah,
I feel since probably Burnley, in my opinion. So
yeah, a couple of his crosses. I mean, he done, but a few of his passes were proper rushed. But he's still a decent player. Again, it takes once everyone starts properly clicking. No issues. We'll be back. We'll be back at it.
yeah. So yeah, I've just done a little change. That's the lineup I'd go for. I'll change Clark for Piero. Definitely. So yeah, that's what I would do. Will it happen? We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, there will be changes. But yeah. So you're going with a 1-0.
Yes, smash and grab. I reckon.
Goal scorer.
Like I say, I'll probably, hopefully, it'll be one of the new boys, but hopefully, I want it to be personally Woodrow coming off the bench or whatever.
That would be good. That would be good.
That'd give him a lot of confidence.
Redeem himself after that miss.
Yeah, exactly. The players have a habit of doing that, especially at generally our club.
Fair enough. As for my score prediction, for me personally, I obviously we are still very early on. I can see us turning it around. I'll be honest, I'm not really too sure when personally. I don't think we'll lose this game though. I think it'll be the exact same score as last year, which was obviously a 1-1. I don't know. Away midweek, I don't know. It's just one of them, really, unfortunately. And yeah, as for my goal scorers for them, I think Naismith will score. Like you said, I think we do well on him defensively. Just put pressure on him. But I feel he will go up. They'll get a set piece or something and he'll score from it. Shoot outside the box and he'll go in or something like that.
Yeah.
As for our scorer, do you know what? Now, this is more if he starts. I'm going to go Piero.
Yeah. Good
because
shout.
The way I look at it as well, obviously I know he'd come on, but who would have expected Hilton to score last year?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be unknown here and it's going to be one of them. So I'm going to go Piero, and then hopefully after that he can start to get a lot of confidence, which I'm sure he obviously will, and hopefully start a lot more, and or even get on the bench at times. That would be nice. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go for. So 1-0 you've gone with, and then obviously I've gone with a 1-1. I want to say us win. Like I said, I believe we will turn it around. It's just I'm not too sure when as of yet. Potentially Swansea, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what we do tomorrow. If he isn't in the squad, people saying if he isn't in the squad, I'm gonna go with. It's difficult. Because I think it's going to be, I'm like you, I think it's going to be an unknown, like someone you're not really going to expect.
Yeah.
I'll just go Clark because, if he don't play, it'll be Clark instead sort of thing. So, yeah, I'll go with Clark if he doesn't start or come on or anything like that. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. But, yeah, I'm just going to read this comment. Excuse me. Agree with what you both said as usual. Let's hope we can get the 3 points tomorrow. Come on, you Hatters. Absolutely. And thank you for that again. But yeah, there you go. There you go. That is the Bristol City preview. And obviously spoke about the Preston game. So yeah, I will not be going to the game tomorrow. Not like I said on the last one, I'm not sure of the next Luton game I'm going to. What I do know, though, is Sheffield United, which is not the Friday coming, the one after. I will be doing a watch-along, as that is on Sky Sports. So, yeah, got some new setups and that sort of thing for that watch-along as well. So, yeah, that's what I do know. But, yeah, there you go. That is episode 52 of The Hatter Show done. Big up everyone that tuned in. And people are asking, am I doing a watch-along to Liverpool? Obviously, my second team. Yes, I am. I'm doing a watch along. It's scheduled now. So, yeah, I'm just going to set up the final bits for that. But, yeah, the Hatter Show, there you go. That is it done. And, yeah, the next one will be Friday. It'll be Friday, most likely 6 p.m. again. Obviously, we discuss this game and obviously preview Swansea away. So, yeah, don't forget to smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. Big up everyone that tuned in. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that, even though I just said smash a like. But there we go. Share the channel as well. And yeah, if you want to follow me across any of my socials, link to them are in the description. And yeah, Dad, you're getting love like always. Ty's dad, big up. And yeah, appreciate you coming on for that watch along, mate. See you later, T. Big up yourself, Spencer. Bet he's buzzing. Obviously, first he was asking when's the Liverpool watch along coming back. So he just took my laptop out, but there we go. So, yeah, Sue says Hanno. And, yeah, it's absolute madness there. But, yeah, subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. Link to that is in the description. And, yeah, if you can, tune in to the Liverpool watch-along of mine. And, yeah, you will see me and my dad for another Hatter Show on Friday. So, yeah, until next time, guys, big up yourselves. Take care and peace.
Peace.